EA Sports. It's in the game.
Remember these? This was last year's collaboration between Nike and EA Sports for the launch of FIFA 17 in the form of the Nike Mercurial Superfly 5. Individually numbered, limited to 1,500 pairs, EA Sports branding, and a really interesting theme and colorway in general. Well, guess what? They're doing it again this year, this time in the form of the Nike Hypervenom Phantom 3 DF. What's going on, guys? Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com bringing you a video today to discuss the newly unveiled limited edition EA Sports Nike Hypervenom Phantom 3 DF that's coming out in celebration of this year's FIFA game, FIFA 18. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it and probably very excited about the game for those that play a lot of FIFA, and I know a lot of you guys do. So, of course, we're going to take a look at the shoes themselves, talk about some of the specific details, because it is a pretty interesting release, but more importantly, especially for you guys who actually want the shoes, I'm going to share some advice on the best way to go about getting these when they actually release on September 25th. So if you want some advice, stick around, you clicked on the right video. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So let's start off with release details. They've been unveiled today, but the shoes don't actually release until a week from now, September 25th, and that's when they're gonna go for sale at Nike, of course, as well as a few retailers that will get some of the 3,000 men's pairs and the 1,000 youth pairs that they're making. So there are 4,000 pairs total of this limited edition release, which is far more significant than what we got from last year's EA Sports collaboration with the Superfly 5 that was limited to only 1,500 pairs. So all of these pairs will of course get scattered to all the main retailers, and they're gonna end up releasing at different times. That's just how it ends up working. So similar to the Flyknit Ultra that just came out about a week and a half ago, for those of you guys that followed my advice, I know a lot of you guys were able to secure a pair, some of you even more than one pair. So if you really want these, what I would suggest doing is signing up for the SR4U mailing list. It'll be the first link down below in the description, or follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. The second that shoes become available at any given retailer, I send it out to you guys, I let you know about it, and as long as you act quickly, you're gonna have a really, really good shot at trying to get them. Yes, you can try at Nike, they have a countdown timer, and it's usually a very official release, but there's also a lot more people waiting around for that countdown timer, which means that there's a lot more people than shoes available, which makes it very, very difficult to get them. So if you wanna give yourself the best opportunity to get these things, again, I would suggest signing up for that SR4U mailing list, and I generally am pretty good about sending out the shoes the second that they're available, even before the retailers end up sending it out to their own social media following, which is why a lot of people who follow me end up getting the shoes at a much higher success rate than if you're just following the regular stores on social media. So if you really, really want a pair, first link down below, sign up for that SR4U mailing list. It's gonna give you a really good chance. Just a few other details I thought I would point out because I know some of you will ask. This colorway is only going to release in the mid-cut variation. So exactly like the pair I'm holding as an example, normally the regular colorways of the Phantom 3 would release in a mid-cut and a low-cut variation. This release is mid-cut only. That goes for men's as well as the youth pairs. As far as the men's pairs are concerned, they are individually numbered up to 3,000, which I think is a really cool detail. It's not specified whether or not the youth pairs will be individually numbered as well, up to 1,000. If I'm guessing, I doubt that they will. They probably won't be numbered like the men's variation, but I always like when limited edition releases are individually numbered, just so you can see exactly which pair out of the 3,000 that you actually have. The last thing to talk about is, of course, the price, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are curious about, and that has not been announced by Nike, but if I'm guessing here, obviously the normal retail price on a Phantom 3 DF would be $300, and given a limited edition release, kind of like when they do the limited, not so limited special edition CR7 and Neymar colorways, they tend to have a $25 premium. So I would expect something very similar with this release. So the men version, instead of being $300, it's likely gonna be around $325, and the youth version, normally $175 retail, probably will retail around $200. Again, only time will tell. That is completely unconfirmed information, but I think based on what Nike has done in the past with limited edition and signature colorways, that is very, very likely as far as the pricing is concerned. As far as the shoes themselves are concerned, I think they look really, really cool. Nike kept things fairly straightforward as far as the color combination is concerned. It's black and Volt yellow, so essentially that highlighter yellow that we see from Nike pretty much on every other colorway. So nothing too shocking there as far as color choice is concerned, but I will say that I think black and Volt yellow together actually looks pretty cool. And I do like the fact that it does seem to have an exposed Flyknit upper, so the Nike skin covering on top is translucent. So you get to see the combination of the Volt and the black, which is a very high contrast color combo. It does actually have a reflective Nike swoosh as well, which is kind of a cool little extra detail. Similar to last year's EA Sports collaboration, it does actually have the big EA Sports logo printed on the heel, which makes it particularly unique in comparison to pretty much any other colorway of the Hypervenom Phantom 3. And what I also like is the fact that they have incorporated some kind of a tie-in to the FIFA 18 video game, not just in regards to the EA Sports logo, but the fact that it has their real motion capture technology. Those little lines that are detailed more towards the heel area of the shoe, kind of after the texturing in the Flyknit upper ends, that is based off their motion capture technology they use specifically, I believe, for the first time in FIFA 18. So it does have that direct tie-in to the video game, which I think is a neat little detail. It's very, very subtle, still looks pretty clean, not too much, because you could argue that last year's EA Sports collaboration on the Superfly 5 was a very, very busy colorway that most people wouldn't necessarily want to wear if you didn't want a super, super flashy shoe. In comparison to last year's collaboration, they have actually incorporated that kind of oil slick looking finish to the sole plate and studs, which likely will be a wearable finish if you're wondering. I really think it looks cool. It's kind of got that rainbow color changing effect, kind of like an oil slick, which I think looks really, really good on the Phantom 3. We've yet to see any kind of fancy finish like this on that particular shoe. That's something that Nike's kind of left exclusive for the most part to the Superfly. We've seen it on some limited Tiempos as well, but on a Hypervenom, given the intricacies of the design on the sole plate and stud pattern, I actually think it looks really, really cool. So I'm very curious to see these shoes in person. In the pictures though, I have to say, I think they look really, really good, but let me know your opinions on it down below in the comment section. Anyways, guys, that is it for my thoughts on this limited edition Hypervenom Phantom 3. Really excited to see them in person. Hopefully, I can manage to get a pair myself. And again, if you're looking to get a pair, the best way to do it, honestly, guys, sign up for that SR4U mailing list. Follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Those are by far the best places because you get instantly notified the second that these things become available at different retailers. A lot of people think that every retailer releases them at the same exact time, but unfortunately it's not really that organized because so many different retailers are getting these things. Some end up releasing them before Nike, some end up releasing them after Nike, some end up releasing them a couple days after September 25th. So again, stay tuned to social media, sign up for that SR4U mailing list, and as soon as they're available, I'll let you guys know about it, and that is by far going to give you the best chance to get a pair. So again, all of that information is linked down below in the description. Be sure to check it out. Other than that, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to support it with a like, subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.